Playing at? Hey, get away with that weapon! There. That's enough of that now. Put that away.
May I intrude?
I need some help, sir.
This is my first time in the city, and I don't...
We'll see.
I'm looking for a tavern. The Emperor... I only know the
You're in luck.
Thanks. I heard the folks say...
Really?
Well, so I'm only in town for a quick visit, but I don't have a place to stay yet.
Oh, you could once.
That's true. I didn't know that. We might cross. Thanks for the advice.
Same to you. Wait, where are my things? You robbed...
I don't know what...
Give it back. Right now.
All right. No hard feelings.
Consider yourself... Is that clear?
Clear as day.
How can I help?
Show me your where.
What can you do? Maybe next time then, sir. A fine day for some fine wares. Come and take your pick. You silly doggy.
Come and buy some apples.
What are you doing here?
Come here.
A fine day for some
Come and take your pick.
Come here.
Come and take your pick.
Here, mutt. Not this again.
Vegetables.
Dyed broadcloth, beautiful colours, striped
Come and
fabric.
get some wonderful
You better watch out for me. Got it?
The finest wares, quality goods.
Look what I have for you.
We're now open.
Oh,
Muslin,
come here.
barchett, the strongest barchett from
What's
Kasha.
here? Diabolical schemes.
And he tried to persuade me to give the church money for the painting.
Husband was coming back from the tavern and said the whole house was lit up.
Oh, from the fuck.
I'll tell you exactly what happened.
You're up, huh?
Yes, I cast it out of my mind.
Fruit, vegetables,
Shoes here. Shoe repair.
come and get some fresh mushroom.
Greetings, sir.
I hear one Franta cooldown is supposed...
Aye, the finest. I spent... But it was worth it.
As it happens, Franta, he gave me a certificate.
I was hoping he'd try them on.
Red, for some apples.
Well, I didn't kill him.
The city council will be... convening soon. I better get a move on. Franta Cooldown sent me.
Franta's not coming.
He got poisoned. He's writhing in agony.
Oh, that's enough. We can't be without a waiter here. So, have you got Franta's certificate?
Sure.
You've got a waiter's cap, a tunic, hose. It's a good thing you've got no steel on you. You need to be light on everything as it should. Do you know what your duties are? For an inexperienced greenhorn like you, it'll be a great responsibility.
Well, I'll happily listen to any advice. I wouldn't want to foul things up.
I should certainly hope not. Now listen. A good waiter should stand in a corner, look willing and ready, and not get in anyone's way. In short, behave as if you're not there. But when one of the gentlemen calls for wine, you run and pour it for him on the double. You'll find the pitchers on a table by the door to the chapel. You take one and go to their table and pour for them. White Tokaib or red monastery wine.
White or red, by the door to the chapel. Got it.
But for Councillor Adam of Zarjitz, you must not pour at all. When he drinks, he disrupts and makes trouble. So the assembly has to be interrupted, or otherwise it never reaches an end. We can't allow that to happen in the presence of the king.
All right. Sir Adam of Zarjit stays dry.
And if the king himself wants wine, you pour for him with lowered eyes. Don't look at him. And the most important thing?
To stay in the background and keep quiet until someone asks me something.
Correct. The councillors have a lot to do, and in general, a good waiter has to be invisible, blind, and deaf.
Oh? I thought I had to keep my ears pricked.
Well, yes, but only to what anyone wants from you. No excuses, and provide everything that anyone wants from you. Understood?
Absolutely.
Correct. And if you manage not to botch it up, you can even rise on the social ladder. But you'll manage it.
I know everything I need to. I can do it.
Excellent. Put away your things here. It's easier to serve with a lighter load. You can wait in the cubbyhole for the servants.
There are the pictures of wine. Hopefully I won't
Our
splash
current
anyone's
weapon
shoes.
arsenal is a joke, and on top of that, the army was requisitioning from it. Should the town have worse weapons than any Räuber in the domain?
What are you getting at, Eldris?
I'm
I
saying that
apologize,
the
sir.
bandits who freed
Which one?
Henning, the Dry Devil, used that
Are you
thing.
deaf?
That Hackenbücher. Hand cannon. Can you believe it? Where did they get them?
You're the one who should know where they got them, since you're a gunsmith.
What are you implying, Friedrich? All I'm saying... They had them, Herrgott.
Are you
It is eine
deaf?
Schande
Why?
when outlaws
Why?
have better weapons than the city garrison. And Herr König surely knows this too.
I mean, really, I ordered one thing and get another.
What
Sorry,
I
sir.
smell is that your
won't
stubborn
happen
heads do not realize what Schwierigkeiten this is. The Dry Devil is running free. There are Raubritter everywhere in the region. We have the army bearing down, and you want to defend yourselves with a few rusty halberds.
And who is it you want to fight, exactly? The merciful
I
King
fancy some
Sigismund is
Tokai.
providing us with protection,
Refill, boy.
isn't he?
Der König
I'd like to
and his
oblige,
army
but
will not
I'm
be
not
here
allowed.
forever.
This is unbelievable.
Shut up! The king
I
can arrive at any
apologize.
moment. What if he heard you?
What then? We're sitting atop the biggest silver heap in the kingdom, and we're supposed to defend it with brooms?
Wait up.
You're
Call
right,
me red
Elders.
wine.
But where can we get the coin for better equipment?
We can always confiscate the property of the king's enemies, nicht wahr?
We are more than familiar with the jämmerlich state of our armory. And the king
Want a
is
street
surely
wine
aware of
here?
it as well. Maybe if he waived some of the taxes.
The king
I
fears
apologise,
that this
sir.
town will rise
Which
against
wine?
him.
Red!
He'll take
Am
the
I
arming
speaking
of
in
the city's
Latin?
militia as a preparation for war.
Sir?
So you suggest we just wait with arms crossed for the Raubritter
thank the
to
Lord.
wreak havoc all around?
We can always ask the king to bring order to the realm with his army.
But then the Dörfler will rise up.
I'm afraid I see no solution of the current situation. We shall wait and see what His Majesty thinks about the matter. Maybe we can change his mind. Vielleicht?
I'd like to report to the Honorable Council on the cleanliness of the city and the state of the public baths.
You mean I'd like some monastery wine. Refill my cup, boy.
I'd like to oblige, but I'm not allowed.
This is unbelievable.
So, the cleanliness of the
Careful.
city is not what it should be. The current baths in the city fall far short of covering all the citizens' needs.
You're
right.
Come here.
We do have the new baths in Hopbrink. And Adam's old
More
ones.
wine, Master
But I
Bailiff.
hear the
I have
Hopbrink
enough
baths are more of
wine.
a
Come
pigsty.
closer.
They still are a bit.
I need something from you. There is an item in my study that I confiscated from a she thought she could wriggle out of it by telling me who the item belongs to.
And what is it?
A silver goblet. She sneaked into no one's noticed the theft yet. But if go and get it, and don't you make
Where can I find this goblet?
use your eyes and come right back with it. Understood?
Charge of the baths, the profits would be much bigger. And all the other baths would chip in with their taxes too.
What? More baths? Surely not.
The need for cleanliness and citizens' health should not be underestimated.
Nor overestimated. If someone
silver
needs
might
wash,
this be?
there's a river just a few steps from the city wall.
So?
I did.
Not so loud. Show it here. That's it. And now go back to your job.
So what? Going to the baths is neither a civic duty nor a right.
Have you forgotten the Black Death? A great many people died needlessly.
Are you questioning God's plan? The Black Death had nothing to do with the baths, unless the Lord wishes to punish the wickedness that's going on in there.
Keeping the city clean is important, but we don't have money to spare. Arguing about who is going to wash where and how is a waste of time.
I got word that Rutard has pulled off another deed.
That's nothing unusual. That old weasel will never accept that the city isn't run his way, at least until His Majesty honors us with his visit. And as we know, Gunslin absolutely
Wake up!
hates him.
Pour me red wine. He can hate all he wants, as long as he does no damage. Ulrich, what have you got to say about it?
Me?
Sir?
Well, I'm not sure what you're implying.
I'm
Haven't we
speaking
met
about the Rutard incident.
face is familiar.
You were there, weren't you?
Oh, that.
I don't think so,
Just
sir.
a small
I'm
misunderstanding.
sure I'd remember.
We've sorted it out and everything
Could I be
is
mixing you up with someone
My
else?
ears must be
Well,
deceiving
no
me.
matter.
Are
Back
you
to work with
defending
you.
Rutard? Besides, if his men attacked yours, as I've heard, then we have a good reason to punish him.
Hey!
What happened
boy,
there?
A full cup
Leave
of
nothing
monastery
out.
wine.
I don't like Ruthard, true, but in this case it really
I
was
apologise,
nothing.
sir. Everyone
Which
in the
one?
city gossiped
Monastery
about it.
red.
I heard there were several dead.
Did you?
Sir?
That's grossly exaggerated. I don't think
Thank you,
Ruthard
waiter.
will cause any trouble. He is sensible enough not to draw attention to himself while the king is here.
That's true. Because if we don't do something about him, the king himself
there,
will put
lad.
an end to him,
A cup of
and
bread.
soon.
Unless
don't
he
you
puts
skimp
an
on
end
me.
to us first. God knows what he wants to tell us.
Sir?
If nothing happened, there's no point in dwelling on it. Let's move
Well,
on.
thank the
I'm
Lord.
sorry, Andreas, but I wouldn't brush it off so quickly. Why do I have the feeling you're not telling us the whole truth, Ulrich?
Are you accusing me of lying?
Those are strong words, my friend. Nobody said anything like that, did they?
Then why doesn't he tell us what really happened,
I'm not keeping anything from you, but there's little truth to the rumors circulating around the town. Yes, Ruthard and I had a little disagreement, but we ended it quickly because his daughter wanted to get involved. I didn't want to expose the girl to any unpleasant sights.
So Ruthard is hiding behind his own daughter's skirts?
As if it wasn't enough that he sent his son to die defending the city.
All right. If we really don't have anything new to say, let's turn the page.
Things have got out of order in the town. Some adventurers decided to take the law into their own hands and restore the tradition of duels. It's not only barbaric, but also illegal. I could understand it with mercenaries, students, and other scum of all kinds, but city councillors?
Be specific, Forsooker.
Waiter!
Are you blaming
get me
one of
right.
us?
Ah, and look who spoke first.
First of all, it wasn't a duel. It was supposed to be an honorable combat. And I didn't even take part in it.
Sir?
And that's the only reason you're still here on the council and not in the pillory.
If you want to blame somebody, you should point the finger at the youngster here who's...
As you wish.
Excuse me?
Sir Ulrich.
Never mind.
Go. I don't want to see
I
you
suspect the gentleman from the city's sword-fighting school brought this custom to us.
Everything
it's
in
now
order?
run by
Not
the
quite.
German Menhart.
But I think you might be able to help me. Come here!
Don't...
What can I help you with?
I left my gloves in the chapel. I took them off to pray, but then I rushed here and forgot to take them. I can't just get up and walk out now. But if you...
All right.
I knew I could count on you. While you're at it, count how many figures on the mural have wings.
But why?
Because I'm bored. And because I told you. Get on with it.
The whole town garrison. The guards are apparently settling accounts their own way. We'll soon be the laughingstock of the whole town.
You can rest assured the whole town is already laughing at us all day long.
That was easy enough. And he wanted me to count the winged figures.
My words exactly. The town council is squabbling constantly at the Emperor Charles, and no one is left unscathed.
So,
I found your
Really? And did you count those?
I counted 20.
And you counted correct. Good. Here you are, so you can have a bit of fun in...
Or like this. Why waste our time?
Since there's the eternal dispute over the cathedrals, the building of the church is dragging on, and in the meantime, they are calling diocesan pilgrimages to settlers, right under our noses. It's just a village with a monastery, and they are going to make a royal mining city. Why can't we build faster? Hire more craftsmen, start with night shifts.
Haven't you noticed there's a war going on? Are the experts from far off supposed to work in a city
Hey,
under siege?
waiter!
Besides,
Pour me some monastery wine.
I get the feeling there's something other than the welfare of the city behind your complaints.
Oh, you do? Do you? And what would that be?
Like, for instance, that
Sir?
you'd like to have your own altar there?
So what if I would?
You,
Hold
lad.
your horses, gentlemen.
You look familiar
That
to
space
me.
in the side nave is
Have we
mine.
met?
When hell freezes over, mein Freund.
I really
Your
couldn't
place
say.
is at least 2 steps behind mine.
I have a
swordsmith
feeling
dares
I've
to
spoken
insult
with
me?
you before, too.
Ha! I
Or with
think
someone
not.
who looks a hell
Excuse
of a
me?
lot like you.
You wanted to buy yourself an altar in the cathedral, just like you bought yourself a seat in this council.
How dare you? I acquired my seat for the services our guild provided and still provides to the crown.
Well, I hope you're not supplying equipment to the army. If that's all they have, they would be defeated by that bunch of ne'er-do-wells from the alehouse on Hopbrink.
What ne'er-do-wells?
Those wrestlers of theirs, of course.
Hey,
People
boy.
from the whole town go to
Full
watch
cup
them
of
brawl.
monastery wine.
Oh, this is news to me.
Because it has all
apologize,
been
sir.
sorted out.
Which wine?
Not
Red.
long ago, the guards raided and threw them all out.
Ah, yes, I had forgotten. What do we have to discuss next?
Good, sir.
It's you? I see you've come up in the world. From a bathhouse boy to a waiter. You'll go a long way.
It was a lot more fun in the bathhouse.
You're a merry soul, lad. I like that.
I'm telling you, something is being planned. Oh, I doubt it. No one's gonna tackle Rootard.
Azonal Juchek Össe, Alegiop Katonaikat, Ishkelkinek Udra.
You have nothing to fear. Not you.
Unlike this plan of fights!
Come now, Father. Put a little life into your dying. Seen more cheerful priests at funerals.
I'd rather be at one than here. I hoped I'd never see this fortress again in my life.
Unpleasant memories?
You have no idea. I didn't part ways with my father on entirely good terms. 20 years ago.
And now you're 2 decades older and wiser. At your Ujitz parish, you spread the word of God to your flock, and you saved my neck and Henry's too. I'd say your father should be proud of you.
None of that matters a damn to him.
Who knows? Maybe that 20 years has changed a thing or two.
You know what? Let's drop the subject. Do you know any of the guests here?
Most of them I'm seeing for the first time in my life. We've had bandits, nobles, burghers, a priest, and he...
Wait a moment.
Yeah. He came with a retinue. Maybe you should go and welcome some of them. Off.
I wouldn't be too... Who's that French fellow you brought here from Mal?
The great Baron Brabant. He's got more fairy tales than my old...
Can he be trusted?
He's a blabbermouth, but a harmless one. Besides, he defended... If he were on Sigismund's side, he'd hardly have been...
How does it feel to breathe free air again?
What can I say? You can never...
Or, until...
No fear of that in my case. Wine, women...
What do you plan to do now you're...
What do you think? Get drunk, woo one of the local wenches, and wake up in the morning with no hose and...
Have you perchance forgotten we're supposed to be the...
I'll leave that to the older and wiser.
Dear me. I'd rather creep off into some corner with a full wines, but I suppose I'll have to introduce...
Indeed you should. After...
Oh, don't start with that.
In that case, you should sound out Radzig and Hanush and find out what...
God be with you, my friend. Greetings to you, too.
I'm glad you find
I reckon.
Good health to you, sir. I'm Godwin.
Baron Vauquelin Brabant. I am a warrior, a traveler.
My word.
Mais non! And I'm glad to meet a new friend.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. How did you end up imprisoned?
Ah, c'est une histoire compliquée. And only lost it narrowly by...
That needs some explanation.
Oh, misère.
So?
When they broke through the defense, I ended up in captivity. It was only due to my neck.
Oh?
My neck was not at risk in Maleshov. I may have still been a prisoner, but they never broke.
You say you're a poet?
Jamais. Is poetry nothing but a fuss to you? I think not. To recite,
Where have you been on your travels?
But of course! If you are interested in my greatest journeys, then I have traveled with a merchant caravan all the way, and if you are interested in my greatest deed, then that was perhaps saving the life of the King of France.
And you wouldn't by any chance know the Pope?
Which one do you mean? I spoke briefly with Boniface IX when I was sojourning in...
How come almost nobody here knows?
I am operating, as they say. My great benefit is my strong cut there. Everyone knows my name.
To the council. There's a way of deflecting it. God bless.
Such rare guests. One wouldn't expect to find... I'm Godwin.
Peace be with you. Neither would one expect a priest here.
How do you know I'm a priest?
It's not difficult to tell, and we are both a little unfamiliar. I'm Yehuda, and this is...
Who would rather not be here at all. Why did we have to come here, Sadie? Can you not see...
Because we all need to help, and why would they not stir?
Are you here to arrange some trade?
We have more serious matters to attend to here. The situation in the town, and you have men and weapons.
Why are you telling this to a Koimer?
Everything in good times.
Did you come to lend money?
Not to lend, but to give. Help given to the needy is repaid only...
You don't even know if you can trust them. With that money, we could have paid mercenaries up.
You remind me of my young friend Henry.
Henry? That messenger of Radzig...
You know each other. You're both around...
That would be him. We did not get off to a very good start.
I reckon the two of you would hit it off. For a young stripling, he's been through plenty. He was supposed to become a blacksmith, and instead, he's roaming the world, risking his neck at every turn.
Wait, a blacksmith, you say? From Scarlet's?
Aye, that's right. Did you know anyone there?
I knew of someone, A blacksmith by the name of Martin.
My daughter knew him most, and that is why Samuel is in this world, for our numerous sins.
Maybe he was my father, but he certainly didn't act like one. Ma raised me on her own.
And that was all for the best.
Why? You should have taken care of me, but instead...
Don't make hasty judgments. As far as, at least, he took in Henry and raised him as his own. Henry's real.
I don't care if he took care of 20...
That boy's blood father denied him, just like yours did to you.
A person can't choose their parents. And Henry only found out about it...
Enough. I'd rather have...
For that, there will...
Good health.
L'chaim.
Dear friends and allies, in these troublesome times, you all know why we're here. The question remains, what to do next? Sigismund is facing troubles in Hungary, and here, too, he is up against resistance. He's a capable strategist, but a poor diplomat. Mark my words. If we wait him out until winter, he will leave of his own accord.
By winter, he'll have torched all our fortresses and carried off everything that we possess.
Are we seriously gonna wait and cower in a corner? Or are we gonna drive them out in shame? A few well-planned raids and we could have him in our fists!
At what price? Have you got men to spare? Has any of you got men and money to spare?
We don't have men out there.
Yes, we do.
We do not.
Jobst is right. That whole sun won't fall easily.
Only we can't wait.
Are we to get ourselves killed?
Or end with nothing?
Do you have the news? I'm not going to die.
Friends, we'll get nowhere like this. Let's adjourn ourselves and try to think it through.
Well, that went just as expected. Good health.
And to yours. Could it have gone any other way when there's so many of us here?
I would have expected a bit more sense from Jobst, of all people. He made an amateur's mistake. But it's hard to be angry with him when he's trying to ingratiate himself with everyone. By the way, I'm John of Liechtenstein. And you must be Godwin, the son of...
That's not a thing I've ever boasted of. How do you know that?
I have my sources. From what I've heard about you, I'd judge you could be...
Is that so?
Indeed. And that's why I'd like to ask something of you.
It depends.
A little... I expect we can agree that Jobst's plan has certain... shortcomings?
That's a weak word.
And the way it stands at the moment, he'll never get the support.
Well, I'm curious.
We'll sit and wait quietly until Sigismund but we'll be waiting in the military camp of our huge new army.
When Sigismund sees that...
Exactly. Sigismund's army is demoralized and weakened. He's able to tackle fortresses that aren't able to defend themselves. But he won't...
But he can't retreat either. That would be a disgrace.
And that's exactly why we'll wait until he's called back to Hungary by event. For the plan to work, we need allies, their money and their determination. We've already set the ground for it. We just need negotiators who will push the right people.
Are you saying you set everything in motion even before Jobst?
More like in parallel, but without his knowledge. If we find support and make it look like the whole thing was his idea, we'll all win.
Why are you doing...
Because I want to put a stop to this, and also because I'm happier with Wenceslas.
You've got an interesting...
You're certainly not the first to tell.
I'll help you.
I'll give you 3 names. But if you can get those 3. Meanwhile...
What if it does?
I refuse to even consider that out.
Why me?
Because you've got a head on your shoulders. You and your friend Henry are similar in that respect. There aren't many like you two.
Tell me a bit more about those people.
Certainly.
Bocek of Kunststadt.
That's just the thing. He's got massive... He doesn't play the big game. Because he always goes for the sure thing. But once he's made his mind up...
Alder the Alderman. Wasn't he a...
He still is. The only one who retained his position after this... Only he's here, instead of cozying up with Sigismund in Gutenberg. So his day's in the council, but he'll continue to have a strong influence on the guilds and the rich burghers. And that's why we need him.
Anna of Waldstein. The widow of that rich mine owner.
Wenzel Bartosz. And I'm not surprised...
I was quite surprised to see her here. Assemblies like this are more of a...
A male affair? Anna is holding back and behaving like an exemplar. But don't trust appearances. She's got claws. She knows how...
And what use can she be to us? Apart from her...
She's as sharp as they come when it comes to trade. There are wicked tongues that claim Bartosz acquired most of his wealth, and that it was thanks to her...
I'll get on it.
I wish us both luck.
I'd rather discuss...
I'll tell you, nobody has the likes of these.
I'd like to check your horses out. See if they're as good as you say.
Pah, even better. But
and you might not believe your eyes. Well, well.
I wanted to...
You wanted to apologize for crashing into my home without it by your leave. Or to arrest me.
I want to have a word with...
Well,
I apologize, Father.
For interrupting our conversation.
Is that your...
Unfortunately. Speak up, then.
We'll talk later and in private.
Don't try much.
Why so strict?
20 years ago, he was nothing but a cheat. I got him a place at the Archbishop. Only it wasn't long before they kicked him out. And then I find out he's settled in some... But he took his boozing and whoring along...
Try saying it again a little louder. They might not have heard...
You have the impertinence to show me your face after the...
I wouldn't set foot here if I had a choice. Better to be a priest in some backwater than...
How?
You're as shit a father as I am a son. We've got nothing to blame each other.
You're dishonoring...
I can't dishonor someone who has no honor. If you had any, you'd be...
That's enough.
Christopher.
What's the hold-up?
You won't get away with those insults.
We've never met, and we have no cause to be enemies.
You've got no other option.
Gentlemen, I can have a word in private with Lord Odorin, the second.
Out of the question. And he's got plenty to learn from Christopher.
You want satisfaction? Suit yourself, then. We'll fight.
After you.
Well, that's that.
Shouldn't we rather...
No, Christopher...
Make room for us. We'll just settle a very private matter. It's an honorable duel, man against man.
Smile,
Stay back.
you fuck! While you've still got teeth.
Sacre! You're fast.
Left arm lower!
What the...
Look in my eyes, not at my sword!
Did they teach you that in the seminary?
Just like in Kosovo. Charge and
Who
no
told you that?
mercy!
That was sneaky. Not bad for a priest. Hey, who told you that?
Swing with your whole arm, not just your wrist.
Did they teach you that in the seminary? Not bad for a priest. Did they teach you that in the seminary?
Smile, you fuck, while you've still got teeth.
Enough! That will do.
Good, JT.
My God. Where did you learn to wield a sword like that? Father always said you were a good-for-nothing boozer. That you could teach sword fighting in a school.
I was in a war. Right after they kicked me out of the archbishopric. And you ought to know yourself. Not all the faults that Father sees are real.
Aye. Well,
so Father would be satisfied, only he'll never be satisfied.
I thought he was the way he was because his first son let him down. And...
Not at all. When I was 6 years old, I fell off. He wouldn't talk to me for a week.
The first time he took me hunting. He let me starve for 3 days.
Only 3 days?
I always wondered who you were. There was...
Look, I really did fuck up everything I could. I brawled, but now I have a chance to put things to rights.
And that's why you want...
I've got to get him on our side.
Aren't we all on this?
Maybe everyone's saying that.
After you're in... Actually, I don't think you should even attempt it.
What else can I do?
I'll talk to him myself. He'll hear me out for sure. But you'll have to trust me. And tell me what it's all about.
All right, then. It's a nice idea.
Only no...
Alder's got some clout with the...
I expect Alder's not...
You got...
Leave Alder to me.
I don't know how to thank you.
You can drag me to a tavern sometime.
You're...
God bless, good sir.
God bless.
Exactly why we mustn't push too hard.
Sir Bocek,
A man hardly puts his cup to his lips and someone comes along. Yobs comes up with a plan as full of holes as a beggar's.
On the contrary.
Does that improvement include a few thousand men?
A few thousand men at arms as only in order to get...
You've got my attention, but...
How can I persuade you?
I need guarantees of security.
Of course.
You can talk, since you haven't got a pot to piss in yourself. I have a lot of property, lots of subjects to look after, and along with that, I can't risk it all.
So you need guarantees that you won't be left standing in the cold if you...
My guarantee is called Yitka. If I succeeded in marrying her off to another strong house, I'll have...
Maybe it's enough to find a suitable groom among the...
Perhaps someone of suitable standing who Yitka would also gladly accept.
I believe Liechtenstein.
And an uncertain party. Besides, he's inconvenient for Sigismund. Yitka could end up being a pawn to...
How about...
He's a young...
He may be young, but he's got battle experience. And when he gets the...
If he gets it. Right now, Hanush lords over Rattay and seems quite happy with that state. On the other hand, the lords of Lipa have a good reputation, and Hanush can always be relied on. Maybe it's...
So,
You're selling the skin of a boar that's... First, I want to confirm...
And what?
I don't care what the young lord thinks. If he agrees, I'll be...
Pushing a friend to tie them.
The kingdom will not forget his sacrifice. Now stop...
Greetings. Sir Hanush, I bring happy tidings.
You do? Let's hear it then.
I've gained a...
And who is it? I hope it's not...
On the contrary.
Kunstart? How the hell...
Well, there's one little
Out with it.
Lord Kunstad has a niece.
Hans Capon? Godwin, you conniving old bastard!
Oh, fuck.
I don't believe it. So, young Hans is to marry Kunstadt's daughter?
Niece.
If you're serious, I'll make sure that you get the Rattay parish.
Or you could make me the abbot of Sassa.
Forget it. Soon I'll be... Not a word to Hans. I want to tell him myself.
I must sadly... Sir Butchek.
So Hanush should...
Indeed.
Then I will fulfill...
Thank you.
Enough formality.
Cheers to the beautiful lady...
Here's to...
Bottoms up. Harvest.
A jug of wine, thanks.
God be with you. There's something...
God be with you.
You're...
No beating around the bush, eh?
Margrave Yob's plan has...
To muster an...
Christ.
I should say so. All sorts of people have their eyes on my money. And although, between the two of us, it...
Hit the nail on the head again.
I am rarely mistaken.
I'd say you have a better nose for people than...
Not only for people, but all...
Then you were in the right place.
The wine here is average. So...
Nothing more than support and resources for...
Nothing more? I'd say that's plenty.
It's not only your money we're interested in. You're well able to negotiate and trade. And if you were to take part in our plan...
Then I'd be helpful to you on two fronts. If you want me to support you, you must give me a...
Do you have something in...
Well, one of the guests here has...
who's that?
Harmon Ald... Now, if you were to switch these papers for the ones he brought with him...
And these papers are...
My relatives somehow dug up some trade
You were dealing with the enemy.
They were not the enemy at the time. My conscience is...
Have you fallen out with...
No. Alda is innocent in the matter. My relatives from the House of Bar... They're disappointed that... And the fact that
I'm supposed to...
Harmon Alda was given the documents. He hasn't yet had a chance to look at them.
And the papers
Just insignificant documents.
All right, I'll help you.
Aldo will surely have the papers in his saddlebags, which he left in the shed on the outer court. Bring them to me, but watch yourself. Odorin's groom.
Hey, don't look at that. What brings you? What brings you here? Huh? What brings you here? Huh. Strange. Hey, you! What are you doing here?
I'm waiting.
Oh.
I've been watching you for a while.
Who in God...
In God's name, indeed.
Is it that obvious?
Don't blaspheme.
And in the morning, when I met... Even though my back...
That's... And then lying about it, too. You won't. As long...
I'll start right away.
I've got those pics.
Quiet!
Lady, with all the clamour going on, here they are.
You're more capable than I expected.
You're welcome.
As agreed.
Thank you.
Yes, quite.
How could I refuse a toast with such a...
And to the success...
Gentlemen, I think we can raise our goblets to the success...
Is this...
Like I said, tell me, Godwin of the House of Odorin?
I bring nothing from the House of Odorin. But the widow...
Both of them.
This is going to be a long...
It would seem that we have all benefited from the break in these proceedings. New alliances have been formed. And I have also changed my plans. We shall still wait for Sigismund to withdraw his troops of his own accord, but we will wait with an army at our backs.
Yes. And how are we to raise an army? Wasn't it made clear at the meeting that no one wants to take the risk?
The only thing made clear was that each of us alone is weak, and that we could not find common ground. But that has now changed.
King Wenceslas is, by the will of God, the balbatim of all his subjects. Not only the Christians, our community, and not only ours, will give you coin.
The Kuttenberg houses are still loyal to King Wenceslas, and we stand with Lord Ruthard.
And if that's not enough, the houses of Leipa and Kunstadt will unite and march side by side.
My niece, Yitka, will take young Lord Capon as her husband.
Lords Kunstadt, Hanush, Radzig, and I will set out immediately. God willing, we will be back within 3 weeks, along with an army.
Now those are words worthy of a nobleman.
My friend, I still believe that words are more powerful than swords. And our words will ring in 1,000 voices to the glory of King Wenceslas.
After we conquered the city, you promised to restore order immediately. And then I find out things are even more disordered than before.
Your Majesty, we are sorry. We will put it to rights.
You've already said that. I want to hear real solutions.
We will put more guards on the roads and toughen penalties. We can have a few captured bandits executed as an example to others.
We do not care about bandits. We care about rebellious nobles and burghers. What will you do with them? How will you solve the chaos in the town administration, the rebellious miners, and the dismal yields? And how is it even possible that a rebellion against the king is smoldering here in the city?
What do you mean, sire?
I hear the resistance is coming from the Jewish quarter, from right under your noses. Why haven't you done anything?
We don't know who is behind this. Without evidence, we cannot punish them.
Otto von Berghoff did not ask questions in Prague either. He acted. And I advise you to do the same. Find a couple of wretches in a hole somewhere, point them to the Jewish quarter, and give them free rein to do anything. The city's Jewish community was and still is on Wenceslas' side. They need a warning.
We do not even have enough men to...
Marquardt, could you spare a few men for a while?
Of course, sire. I'll assign them to Eric. He'll take care of it.
So you see, all you have to do is make sure the city rebel get their share. You could at least manage that, couldn't you? And if the thought should cross your minds that you would get rid of the debts to the Jewish moneylenders this way, forget about it. Your debts will remain, up to the last groschen. Only now you owe us directly. And while we are on the subject of money, has the yield from the mines finally matched last year's?
Sire, the deposits are dwindling, and mining is becoming increasingly difficult. And to make matters worse, the miners started rebelling.
Don't take us for a fool. They'll stop rebelling when you pay them proper wages.
Your Majesty, we can't do that.
Silence! How dare you oppose the kingdom's protector? You're a bunch of incompetent sycophants! Chicken shits! Not any better than the scum hiding in the forest.
I apologize, sire. I'll do everything in my power to...
All I hear from you over and over again are excuses and prevarication. And results? None. I therefore placed the city council under the authority of Sir Marquardt von Aulitz, who is present here, with immediate effect. He will make sure you finally do your duty.
But, sire, that would be a violation of the privileges granted to us as a free mining town.
Silence! I am the only guarantor of your rights. You have to earn your privileges, not hide behind them. During my brother's reign, this idleness was perhaps tolerated. But that is over now. You were given a few simple tasks. But instead of working on them, you idled in the baths and lined your pockets. And let the traitors cast their nets undisturbed. But unlike my brother, I am capable of creating order. And I assure you, I do not distinguish between those who stand in my way. Be they beggars, noblemen, or city councillors. You have 2 weeks to restore order in the city and increase mining output. I want clear results, and you answer only to me and Sir Marquardt von Aulitz now. No one else. The council is dismissed. You... don't go anywhere, boy. Be so kind and remain here. Our throat has become rather dry. And we still wish to speak with our friend von Aulitz.
Yes, sire. As you wish, sire.
Between the two of us, Marquardt. What? Not perhaps too harsh on them? And speak candidly. We have had enough of false flattery.
Sire. You are... Rightfully so. These counselors, they need to be shown their place. You suffered their insolence for far too long.
Where are you going? Mind your own business.
We know. Otto repeated to us several times that this time was striking us. We're glad he was not here. He would be intolerably self-satisfied if he knew he had to.
Boy, can't you see the King's cup is empty?
You tend to us as if we were infirm. Boy, pour us a monastic wine. The monks had a good year. We have concerns, friend. The Hungarians are rebelling. Our army is falling apart, and we have enemies here on all sides. Would we had a proper army instead of human mercenaries? They cannot be relied upon. And we are no closer to our goal now than a few months ago. Thank you. It is a good year. If our father were still alive, he would have been astonished by the mess that a few years of Wenceslas reign was. With a single word, he would have put the nobility in their place, and the country would flourish. God granted eternal glory.
We won't need much more time. We'll arrest the traitor Odorin, and the rest will fall in line.
You say the others will be brought into line, but what do you know of them? We know only a few of them. But there's a fortress standing on every damn hill here. What side are their lords on?
We'll find out. Soon enough, sire.
If only Wenceslas were not such a stubborn ass, and relinquished that throne that he has no use for anyway. The nobility, on the other hand, found a ruler like him very useful. They made a puppet out of him.
Once you restore order, they'll join you. All you have to do is promise them the privileges they lost during Wenceslas' reign.
First, they have to be willing to among themselves. Jobs does everything he can to sow chaos, so that he himself emerges victorious in the end. This business makes me thirsty. Pour me some of that red, boy.
Mind your own business.
I think Jobs is just waiting for the right moment. He'll switch sides when
The wine is on the table.
Maybe. But first I'll have to conquer a few more cities and get a couple more lords on my side. Then they take the threat of war seriously. And Hungary. If Bohemia is a wasp nest, then Hungary is a viper's lair.
you will follow in his footsteps, sire, as soon as you get the chance.
But the wine is good here. To your health, Margaret. And to your health too, boy. May your children grow in the land ruled by a good king. You did a good job, waiter. You can be proud of yourself.
To your health, Your Majesty.
First, we need to crack down on the biggest troublemakers.
We're working on it. While the consul was meeting, Von Berghoff and his men set out for Rabosh. Alderin won't give you any more trouble.
He and Ruthard are in it together. Once we get Odorin, we can handle Ruthard easily. Rabosh will be yours. After all, Otto has already got Malashov.
I appreciate your confidence, sire.
But the devil knows there are a lot more strongholds to conquer here.
For the king, red wine, boy.
No, we shall have white. We have had enough of them.
White it is. Quickly! Rabosh falls.
I think von Berghoff's little contraption will find its use again.
Use it to raise this town hall too. I have some suggestions for other candidates.
Not so fast, my friend. It's a wondrous tool, but we can't rely on it forever.
to bring it here to the square and point it at the city hall? Those sycophants would only benefit from a warning like that.
It's a splendid idea, but it won't be necessary. The councillors are quite fearful enough already that they can hide nothing from us.
There's been enough fretting, sire. You shall see. Soon we will drink to the conquest of another fortress.
You are right. So then, to victory. And you, boy, will you drink with us? So that you shall have something to tell your children and grandchildren.
To victory, sire.
To today's, and those of the future.
He's marrying the young Lord of Hergstein.
I sure watch it. Make sure.
How'd you like our wine?
The art of winemaking. Recipes are passed on from father to son. And each generation, I myself was even the French, the king him. I bet this. Give me 100.
End up like that poor son over there.
I'd like to drink a toast with you to our joint success. As they say, so touching, come now.
I never had.
Truly.
Not a bit.
In that case, fuck.
I've got a tongue.
Well, get something.
His lordship is so unsteady on his legs.
To hell with that keg slop. I had my eye on him all and left the rest of us to drink cheap drink.
You can bet on it.
I don't doubt.
I couldn't resist it either. The sausage was what it was. And when those two girls came, it was about politics.
Oh, you do it. Oh, like. What does it matter? We reached an agreement. It is going to take time to raise an army. Until then.
Yes. I thought your Aliska was brown-eyed, though. When those two girls came.
Now we close our doors for the evening. People here know what to do. There'll be plenty more tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday too.
Now there's a piece of horseflesh for you, Rootheart. Not like that nag of yours.
What the hell do you feed it with? It looks more like a damn bull.
Sir! Sir! There's some horsemen right out front of the fortress.
Ah, that's Peter of Pisac. Wouldn't come to the council, but he is coming happily to this celebration, you old fox.
Come on in, sir. There's wine aplenty.
Hey! Hey! Intruders! Enemies at the gates!
Seize the nobles! Kill the rest!
Jesus! Just surrounded Christian. He can't make it on his own.
I'll be done with you in a flash.
Big mistake.
Fuck you! Let him have it! Send my greetings to the devil. You got him! You're right on the head! You got him! Next! Take that! Fuck off! Massive faces! I'll hack you to pieces! That's right! Drive those horses down! Take that! I'll watch you! Die! You're fine! Come and get another!
I should go back.
Quick!
Whoa!
Ka! Ka!
Whoa! Whoa!
Right! That must hurt!
Take another one like that. Let him have it! You're talking about beating! Bleeding like a stuck pig! You got him! Now I smash! Good!
Oh! Hey, he's done for! You're facing a nobleman, so make an effort!
That was a close shave.
A little too close. Fuck me. Do my eyes deceive me? Henry!
Godwin!
How did you get...
Damn. I can't tell you how happy I am to see you. You turned up at just the right moment.
Is everyone alright?
Well, some are, some aren't.
They captured Odorin, Kunstad and Rutard. And they took Alder and Kunrad of Vector away too.
They wanted to slay the rest like dogs.
What about my father? And Hanush?
They left with Yobs long before that. I'm sure they're all right, but... not everyone was so lucky.
Where did they go? Back to Rattay?
They've got to raise an army for us. And I hope they...
So we have a plan to come...
But, as you can see, our allies are getting scarce. We should lay low until Jobst gets back.
I'll gladly play dead for a while. Be so calm.
What happened?
Anna of Waldstein. She didn't...
She was simply in the wrong place.
And they almost killed my brother. But only almost.
What do you mean, oh?
I got there in time to help him. Christopher tried to defend her father.
Old grievances aside, Odorin is an ally.
Oh, they all have their quirks. Cousin Botchek's up. We'll have to wait for the other side's move anyway.
I tried to come as soon as possible and warn you. But
You knew he was...
He wanted Odorin. He probably had no idea they'd find most of Sigismund's enemies.
I bet he couldn't believe it.
And Sigismund will be moving at a gallop. We have to be really careful now.
Is there anything we could...
Definitely not right. We'll treat the wounded, bury the dead, then we'll hide in the Devil's Den and wait for...
If I survive the journey.
The king announced one more thing at the council. He asked the councillors to ransack the Jewish quarter. That is,
Fuck! Liechtenstein's got his people there.
The city rabbi is sitting upstairs in the hall. At least...
They're our allies.
What do you mean by we? Everyone here is... Maybe Samuel will figure something out. He wanted to talk to you anyway.
He's here too?
Aye, escorting the rabbi. You should...
Anyway, we've got...
Give me a moment. Guard the walls until morning. If anyone shows up...
Good to see you both. Alive.
Oh, come on. They could well, if it hadn't been for you.
Von Aulitz surprised even Sig.
Well, they killed Lady Anna of Waldstein. And many... And they captured... Without them, we can hardly...
We'll figure out a way.
But how? Get a grip.
You're right. When I drink too much wine, I get overwhelmed with self-pity. Nevertheless, I have to admit it can't get much worse.
Actually, at Sigismund's council...
God, we need to get back to this...
I'm going with you.
Out of the question. You'll be more useful... Henry, tell Samuel and the rabbi to get ready to travel. I'll try to get someone else to join.
You should not come... Sam, I need to have a word with you.
Uh-huh. Just tell him.
I talked to Godwin.
What did you talk about?
We talked about your stepfather, Martin.
Why? Neither of you knew him.
It's true, I did not. But I tried many times. Remember how I stared at your sword when we first met? Well, the thing is, I am Martin's son.
What? Pa's son? How did...
Yes.
Are you sure? We look the same age, and... Martin lived with me and Ma as long as I can remember.
When I was born, he was already long gone. Maybe we... Nothing. Proof, perhaps, that both your god... You know, all my life, I thought if I did not... But now that I know, I will never see him.
I can tell you about him if you want. But now is not the right time. This is not the end. We have to go to Kuttenberg, now. Sigismund ordered confiscation of the property of people in the Jewish quarter.
The king has approved Xere.
He's no king to me. He's a fucking whoreson.
What's a Gezerah?
That is hard to
Nonsense. Christians set out to kill our people. And all that...
This is what we were afraid of. But we did not expect Sigismund to be in such a hurry. We need to get back into the city and get the people out, quick, before it begins. Will you come with us, Henry? Every man counts.
I'll come. And Liechtenstein already knows about it too.
Very well. We should get going right away.
Let's not waste...
Thank God you're all right. On the way here, I saw Sigismund horsemen and feared the worst.
Kubyanka? What brings you here?
Well, I heard you were having some kind of a feast here, so I came to grab a bit of meat. And I see, instead of that, you have a massacre here.
Well, the real massacre is yet to come if we don't do something fast. Can we borrow the wagon you were...
But of course. I borrowed it to...
Could you stop blabbering or...
Easy, Ingele.
All right.
I'll explain to you on the way.
Are you coming?
Of course.
But do you think that's a good idea?
I'm not.
All right, then.
Perish. Can we go any faster?
Settle down, son. If you must keep your tongue busy, then use it to pray.
Would you tell me what the fuck is going on already?
Sigismund ordered an attack on the Jewish quarter. We need to get everyone out of there fast.
Bloody hell. I just got ailed up so nicely today.
Oh, that is just great. My mother's life is in the hands of a drunkard.
Don't you worry. These are some sturdy hands. I promise we will save you, Ma. No one will touch a single hair on her beautiful head.
What the hell are you babbling about?
What? Oh, I'm imagining she's pretty. It makes me more willing to put my neck on the line for her.
Stop with the nonsense already. All of you, I beg you.
Jesus. I was just trying to lighten the mood. We might all kick the bucket in a short while.
Oh, damn it, Kubyanka. Shut the hell up. Seriously.
I didn't say all that much. Anyway. Can't you make the horses go a little faster, Grandpa? If this carries on, somebody's going to start sobbing.
We really should pick up the pace.
All right. Schnell! Schnell!
What's the matter? Why are we stopping?
We will walk from here. We cannot drive right into those murderers' arms.
But how do we get into the town, then?
We will go through Sheol.
There are many abandoned mine shafts under the town. One of them ends here.
Won't it collapse on our heads?
We'll find out soon enough.
Follow me.
What a blessing it is to have found the passageway.
You killed our savior.
What did you just say?
Nothing. I'm just blubbering.
I dare you to say that again. Loud and clear.
You know what, sir? Just ignore me and be glad I'm here. And you up front, pick it up a little curva. My arse is getting numb. Do you hear anyone?
If they manage to get all the way here, it is all over.
No, I think... I must have just imagined it. Let's keep moving. We should split up here. Me and the rabbi will go this way to the shul. We have to take the Torah and warn everyone.
What about us?
You keep going straight ahead and then to the left. You'll get right to the King Solomon Tavern. Gather up all the secret documents and wait for us.
Shouldn't someone come with you, just in case? How about Kubyenka here? Henry and I can handle it.
Well, if you insist.
Was that all the contempt you could muster up?
Well, good luck. We'll see you up there.
Follow me. Hopefully we'll find it quickly. I left a stack of my papers in the tavern. And if they fall into Sigismund's hands, people in other towns will die too.
Do you think we're gonna make it in time? To find the papers? Save the people?
I pray we can, Henry. There's nothing more I can do. Hopefully everything will be all right at the tavern. My stash is locked away, and Samuel's friends are guarding the place. But who knows what the situation is like in the streets now. It's strange all the same, isn't it? Hundreds of people must have dug this tunnel. Years of hard labor in the darkness. The effort, the suffering. And today, God willing, we'll save a lot of folks suffering thanks to it. Damn it.
What's the matter?
The door leading up to the tavern is open. Samuel's men wouldn't have left it like this.
I think there's some...
Go and check it out. I'll gather up my things in the meantime.
I don't know, actually. I saw him go to Eric's tent to give him a piece of his mind.
Do it!
What do you want?
Baruch Hashem, Henry. You're all right. Sam, you're back already? How does it look outside?
A few of the cutthroats got in over the walls, but we dealt with them. But there are more outside the...
4 of them were here in the tab.
Fortunately, they didn't take anything important.
What?
I'm so sorry.
But they didn't look like they just came to the tavern by chance. What about your mother?
She is, thank God.
I'm really sorry about your friends.
There was nothing, you benavis amartes. This Eric is really pissing me off.
There'll be plenty of time.
I'm sure Mum is waiting for us.
You go ahead. I'll lock the tavern and block the secret passageway.
But sir, if any more of them come,
I can take care of... God be with you.
What's the matter? Where's Sam?
Don't worry, ma'am.
Mein Gott!
Nothing. He's out on the street helping the...
Wait!
My name is Henry, and I'm a friend of Sam's.
Thank you!
Watch out! More are coming!
What's going on?
Sam! Are you alright?
I'm fine, but we will talk when you are safe. Now run!
We have to get to the synagogue.
Through the backyard! Watch out! They're shooting at us! From the ramparts! Get rid of them! Baruch Hashem, they're gone. We have to keep going. Through the yards! That is Judith and Lev. Can you help them?
Fortune is on my side.
We cannot get past the wagon. We have to go this way. Through the house.
Are you all right?
I'm fine. But what about you, mein Kind?
I'm still alive. We can talk later. Now, we have to go.
What the hell?
What is it, fuckers? You'd rather slaughter women and the defenseless?
Let's go! What's going on up there?
Go inside. Quick. To the fucking task.
I've never been so glad to see you two.
In need of a helping hand, are you?
No. I just don't want to die here alone.
There they are.
Well, now we're really fucked.
Mustn't get inside. We have to hold them back. For how long, though? As long as we need to.
Destroy them! For fuck's sake! There is sword! You won't both now you... Show you! Do it! Hey! Alert! Fuck my face! And I'm the sword! Rancic's bastard is mine! That's the best you got! Ice! Take the fucker out, damn it!
Come on! Everyone's inside! Henry, come on! Let's go!
God, more than me. Let's go. It's this way. Damn. That was a close shave. I reckon I should go to Samuel's mother and talk to her about Martin. I won't get another chance.
Don't worry, even if that happens.
Are you alright?
I'm fine, lad.
Is there anything else I can help?
Mein Gott. Boy. Now we have to
I know this might not be the best time, but...
What?
I do. He's, well... He's my father.
Baruch Hashem.
I mean, not actually by blood. But he raised me.
Mein Sis Kindele. Tell me. How is he?
He died. It's only been a few months.
Oh.
Sigismund burned down my village. Pa went to help Ma. Well, they both died there.
I am sorry to hear that, lad. But that is the Martin I knew. He always put others first. At least you survived. That would make Martin happy.
Well, I'm sorry I don't have better news to give you.
Do not worry about it. I am just sad he died before he could meet Samuel.
Is everything all right?
Yes. Do not worry. We were just talking about Martin.
how did you meet Martin?
It was such a... He wanted to open a blacksmith shop in town, but there was no place among your people, so...
And that's...
The rabbi gathered the good men so they could decide whether we wanted to have a goy blacksmith. And Martin wouldn't stop. Then it went schlag.
So what happened?
My Martin would never... My father found out we were seeing each other and did his best to drive him away. But Martin would not give in, and we kept seeing each other. Until one day, I was ubore.
That means pregnant.
Yes. My father knew that if word got out, he would not be able to avoid the shame. I did not even have time to tell Mark. I was gone for almost 4 years. In the meantime, my father told everyone that he had married me off. And he only let me come back when he was sure people had accepted.
Did Martin not go looking for you?
People said he did go looking for me. Even as far as...
If only he had gone all the...
Even if he went to the very edge of the world, it would not have been enough.
And what about you?
No.
And he didn't try to find any...
You know he did, but it never worked.
And did you ever go...
I asked around, but no one remembered anything. And I could not just leave and go looking for him around the world.
All right.
Before you go, tell me.
Well, he was strict with me, but not too much. Especially in the forge, he worked me hard. So I dream about him quite often. About that last day and what he said to me while we were forging a sword together. He said a life of adventure can be over before it begins. And that blacksmithing might be a dull job, but I keep my head on my neck.
He was absolutely right.
Well, look at me now.
You saved all our lives. Martin would be proud of you. He raised you well.
I'm sorry to keep you this long, but... well, I never thought I'd have a brother, even if not related by blood.
Well, I did not expect that either. And thank you, my almost brother. If it was not for you, I do not know how today would have ended. What are your plans now?
I'll go back to the Devil's Den. To Zizka and the others. We need to figure out what to do next.
I will see you there then. But first, I have to escort everyone to Colleen. I do not want anything to happen to them on the way.
Everything should be all right now.
Take care of yourselves, dear brother. I will see you this...
Have a safe journey.
Sei gesund.
Look what I have for you. Aye, aye, you silly doggy.
my respect.
A tankard of ale, thanks.
You won't be able to take another one like that.
Show what you're made of.
Quick! Ja! 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 Quick!
Have you? Not today! Why not? This is your end, you wretch! I've been waiting for you!
But why have you got two now?
Go!
Ka! Ka! Quick! Ka! Die! Go! Quick! Die! Quick!
Greetings, son.
I've got good news.
Well?
I left him
Henry, if not for you...
Well...
And I appreciate... And if you ever want to look...
I will. All right. This is already sharp.
orchard.
Aye. Rain's a good thing. I bring bad news from Kuttenberg. Eric's soldiers and the town rabble have torched the Jewish quarter. Fortunately, we saved most of the people.
Fuck.
Samuel and the rabbi took those who survived to Colleen.
Shit. We have to find Dry Devil and Capon. Come on, there's no Right, gentlemen. I think it's clear to all of you what a shitty fucking mess we're in. We were caught off guard at Rabosh.
And they nearly fucking kill us all.
Yes, and they attacked the Jewish quarter.
Thanks a lot for reminding me. I almost forgot.
At least Henry here and Kubienka got...
That's true. Good work, men. How...
To tell the truth, we got there before it all started in earnest.
Lucky my arse. They thought they'd loot and torch the whole place, but we scared...
It is nice that you found my people suffering so entertaining. But what I want to know now is how you...
Well, what do you have in mind?
We shouldn't give up.
Except that Sigismund has the League of Lords, and a whole fucking... And what do we have? Come on, lads. Jobst will bring his armies.
It might take weeks for them to arrive. Von Berghoff will have found and caught us. We have to get rid of Von Berghoff. It's because of...
You...
Von Berghoff's too powerful. We don't stand a chance against him.
But that wouldn't do us much good. Besides, who knows... No, Sir Hans is right. We should get rid of Von Berghoff.
That fucker is Sigismund's right hand.
Why kill him? You know what the ransom we...
Are you all fucking daft? Von Berger was holed up...
Oh, that's true. To take a cost like that, we'd need a dozen men, ladders, and maybe also a trebuchet.
There's no maybe about it. We'd certainly...
So we steal the one von Berghoff used at Nebakov.
Well, why don't we just steal all the silver from the Italian court? Use your head before you...
Hang on. Maybe, you know...
How do you mean?
I recently sent Catherine to spy on Sigismund's military camp near Rapat. She told me Von Berghoff has his cannon stashed away. But it seems things are getting a bit out of hand there. So the progress... And it might not be that well...
So we'll wait till they go through some ravine, and we'll shoot at them.
I see you've learned something from me. But it's not that simple. What we need is for one of us to get amongst the Pragas, so he can keep an eye open and tell us when...
And if we succeed, there's 5.5 of us. Even with a cannon, that's not enough to take Malashov.
There's not much we can achieve on our own.
But show me...
There's always a few mess.
And how are you going to pay?
That's enough! Von Berghoff has to die. Painfully. And above all... And if there are not enough of you...
Well, well. Why the fuck didn't you show us that early?
Where did you get such a fortune?
People in Colleen decided to help. They are looking after our refugees.
We can't take it.
Drop the courtesies, please.
If you will permit, monsieur, I might be able to contribute. There may not be la cavalerie royale, but for such a purse, there...
A company of mercenaries.
No, not so far.
Then we'll find a good spot for an ambush and send some... What about you, Henry? You'll get yourself recruited into the Prague regiment, and when they take the cannon to Sedlitz, you'll send us...
I was afraid. I can just see the look on von Bergov's face when we point...
That's settled then. Catherine will tell you all you need to know. In the meantime, Ada here can go to Malashov and find out how von Berkov and his people are stationed there. But look, don't touch. A lot of soldiers need a lot to eat.
I'll go hunting. This tavern's a bit crammed from...
And what are we?
We're going to prepare a warm welcome for the...
What do you say, Sir Hinek?
Well, what the fuck are you all sitting here for?
Come here. I need to talk to you.
The camp might be pretty dangerous.
Catherine's the one who knows about spying, and that I don't expect you'll just blurt out to them where they can find us, but loitering around the camp,
Taking Malish.
You'll find out in good time, don't worry. With a bit of luck, we'll get inside the castle and observe.
What about that cannon you...
We'll keep that in reserve in case...
Henry! I was really worried about you. It's good she...
Thanks for putting in a good... Lots of violence and death.
God damn!
I don't know. Simply... The worst part came... It was as if the bloody gates of perdition opened.
God damn it. I should have gone there too.
I'm always glad to fight by your side. But you wouldn't have changed anything. All we could do was try to hold back Eric's people as long... See, there's a hidden tunnel inside it.
Fucking tunnel? What about Liechtenstein?
He's fine. And he managed to get those
Praise God. He's from an old and glorious... The main thing is you got out. I was...
No need to thank...
I beg to disagree. First and foremost, be it known that if you should ever similarly find yourself in captivity... And secondly, I have something here for you. A truly knightly reward for your knightly deed. A hunting bow that has no equal in the province. I hope it'll brighten your thoughts after all those horrors. It can fell the mightiest buck deer and enchant many a doe. And besides, it has attached to it an enlightening history.
I'm honoured. Thank you, friend. Please enlighten me, O noble sir.
According to legend, this bow belonged by right to Margrave Jobst of Moravia, who, however, was not worthy of it. And so, fate decreed that it fell into the hands of a proper knight.
What are you saying?
When I found out that Jobst would gladly leave me locked up, it got my blood up. So, to pay him back, and it was immediately clear to me that that bow should go to none other than you.
That is certainly...
It'd be great to try that bow out right away. We could ride out together on the hunt. Wine, bacon, wine, the deep woods, a quiver full of arrows.
We only went hunting.
Yeah, but it was mem. Don't tell me you wouldn't like... Because, as you yourself heard, there's no... So all I can do is head to the woods. You'll come with me, right? We promise...
That's a good idea, actually.
I found this great spot in the... I thought you might like to come with me. What's more, it's on the way to... Great. Saddle your horse and...
God bless you, sir.
quick!
Ah, can you smell that? Freedom!
I smell a big roe deer. Maybe even a stag.
How about a wager on who kills more game?
I'd rather not. You know how it ends up when we make bets.
If you're talking about the cock-up at the pond.
No, I meant that bet back in Rattay. When we made a bet to see who could bag more hares, remember?
Well, of course I do. I won. Still, God moves in mysterious ways, don't you think? It seems like only yesterday you were my servant on my first hunt. And now, we've been through a lot together, my friend.
And how many adventures we still have ahead of us, eh?
I hope so. But to be honest, conquering Malashov and capturing von Bergov, I hope Zizka has a foolproof plan.
Ah, don't worry. It's nothing we can't handle.
And when we tell our story in some tavern, the lasses will be falling at our feet.
Oh, don't you think you should take a break from the lasses? Remember how it turns out. A jealous husband nearly drowned you once.
Bloody arse and balls.
Yeah, and after that, there was the hacked-off butcher.
You mean when I was courting Carolina? That was your fault. You were feeding me the wrong verses.
Oh, sorry about that. But I hope you won't be so busy with wenches you forget your old mates.
No chance of that. The world's full of pretty wenches. But a good friend. Once you find one, you have to hold on to him. You remember what I told you before the Cumans caught me, don't you?
Something about minions, wasn't it? It's always helpful to have a minion at hand.
That's right. And I'd say you're a lot more than just my minion these days. But that's enough chat. It's still a fair way to the camp. How about we go a bit faster?
Let's go.
Wait, can you hear that? There are people in the camp. Bloody hell. Soldiers. You see that? There are soldiers there.
And who's that?
Nobody now, I'm afraid.
What are we gonna do?
We came here to hunt.
Are you sure? I'd rather not end up tied to a tree.
Come on.
All right, but I'll do it on my own.
What about me?
You'll be ready to back me up.
Oh, all...
Stay.
I'm gonna teach you a lesson, arsehole. Attack! Come and help us! Fucking fuck! Show what you're made of!
Hey!
Oh, heck
Come here, you bastard! I'll deal with that last bastard. Now I'll show you. He's dead. Whew. Thanks to God and the Blessed Virgin. And that's that. I've got to say, though, you stick out like a monk in a brothel. Next time we go straight at them together.
Oh, it didn't exactly go well. Shouldn't we tell Zizka?
Why?
Don't you want to boast about your...
Come on.
Wiping out a band? It's not long ago, I wouldn't have believed...
You see? And
what about the...
Well, I suppose we should bury... They may have been bastards, but we shouldn't leave them to...
What now?
I don't know. But we promised to bring some...
Oh, these fellas were just skinning a dough.
All right? We'll go together.
Of course.
All right. You take care of the...
Why the hell do they pour the beer on me? My respect. Good to see you.
Heal!
King of the world.
Huh? Ah! Who the hell are you?
My name is of no importance.
What you do?
Why? I'm waiting, and you
You know...
You're testing. I know I'm not worthy of uttering your name.
Speak.
You're...
What do you want?
Me? I can only
Out with it, then.
For a...
What favour?
I'd like the dice to roll like they've never rolled and win.
Why do you want to get lucky?
My wife is sick and I have no way...
Don't lie to me.
Lucas beat me and one plucked me clean. He must be cheating somehow, I'm sure. So I want to turn the table. I'm going to take everything he's got.
I'm not going to be granting you any wishes.
But...
Lord in heaven, have mercy. Our Lady of Grace.
Go! Here, mutt. You silly mutt.
I'm telling you, ain't I? Your men smashed all my pictures. And on top of that, they drank nearly a whole barrel of wine. And poor Dorota had to flee to the woods from your savages. She's lucky she got away with her honor intact.
I see. We pay everything. And punish very hard. Who was there?
How am I supposed to know their names? 5 of them there was. All in your uniforms.
Quiet now. I only asking.
Like them drunks will tell you anything if you threaten them with a whipping.
They tell me.
Ah, there you are.
Henry?
Zizka sent me.
Oh, by Christ. All right. But you better come this evening.
Well?
Oh. Instead of burying that fucking hag alive, they gave her house arrest.
Well?
And how can you be so sure? What if it overwhelmed...
I'm sure they'll hide the knives from her and lock the women...
Damn it, Henry, don't...
Maybe you really should have.
But there is. Just not enough to go around.
So for you, justice...
The only justice I can rely on...
You can always find out where she is and go and...
That's true. All right.
What are you here for today?
I need a...
What'll it be?
I'd like to...
My girls.
Well, I really need...
All right.
I'll gladly...
Excellent. Mm.
Always welcome here, noble sir.
I'm here.
Come.
Where's that?
Stop asking.
You want to talk here?
You said you wanted privacy, didn't you? If anyone sees us here, they'll relax a bit. You're as stiff as if you were waiting to be branded.
How am I supposed to...
Come now, Henry. Don't say you've...
I have, yeah, but it feels a bit weird.
Oh, come now. Even about what I think I see in that tub.
Well, the water is pretty cold.
Of course it is. So, tell me quickly what you're doing here before you shrivel up entirely in the water. You say Zizka sent you?
That's right. It's about von Bergov's cannon and the Praggers who have it. I hear they're going to move it to Set.
Aye, they have it.
We want to steal it on the way.
Have you all gone mad?
I know. That's why Zizka sent me.
So what do you need me for?
Information. When are the Praggers going to take...
That's what you're supposed to find out, isn't it? But it looks like they got held up for some reason. Sometimes I hear them complaining they should have been long gone by now.
Where is the cannon now?
In the upper part of the camp where all the local captains have their tents. They've put up a palisade around the entire hilltop. And the guard at the gate doesn't let just anyone in. And what's more, they say the whole camp's gunpowder store is there.
And you think it's in the storehouse there?
That's the only place it can be. I haven't seen it anywhere down here, but they won't let me into...
Do you know anything about the cannon?
Not much. I've heard they call it the finger of...
Who's in charge here?
Ah, that's a pretty complicated... They run the whole camp. Sigismund is holed up in Sedlets with his toadies, and the Cumans are under the command of a fellow called Chertan. Then there is Grozaf, who runs the camp. And then there are the Pragas, led by Dietrich Katz.
What is this Chertan?
He's the commander of all the Cumans who marched into Bohemia. Sigismund officially gives the orders, of course, but it's Chertan. I've met him a couple of times. He's a tough...
Who's this
He's in charge of... He's a nobleman. But don't. They say he ran up debts and fell out with half the royal court. So Sigismund holed him away here instead of taking him to Sedlitz. Watch out for him. You know how it is. The worse off a man is.
This Katz. Who is he?
He's in charge of the Prague Artillery Regiment. You should know him, in fact. It was him and his men who attacked Nabakov that time.
That Horson who nearly killed us all.
Calm down. You'll get your revenge soon enough.
Do you have any idea how I could infiltrate the Praggers?
The best thing would be to join up. There are never... they won't let you go up and see Cats, just... But down by the shooting range, you'll find a fella they call Crow. He's Katz's right-hand man.
But what if he turns...
Then I suppose you'll have to keep bothering him until he changes his mind.
And once I've joined them, what next?
Find out when they're supposed to go to Sedlitz. And once you've got it sorted out with them and you're going to all ride out with the cannon, I'll go straight to the Devil's Den and we'll get to work.
Well, it all sounds pretty dangerous. If I say that...
If you don't mess up, you'll have 1,000 kisses. Is there anything else you want to ask?
Do you know anything else about the...
Not really. They're artillerymen, as I said. That's all I know. They drink.
What's it like here?
Not really. You know what it's like. Humans here, all hot-blooded and all...
Is there anything I should...
Your mouth, mostly. You know what you like. They get up to a lot of drinking, riding and archery here. Now and then they fight like cats and dogs, although...
Although what?
There's a rumour going round the soldiers that there's a spy here. At first, I was worried they were talking about me. But it seems not. Be careful.
That's all I need to know.
Get out of the water, then. You've been in there for ages. Though I have to admit you've scrubbed up nicely. Maybe I should...
As long as it's...
Actually, there is something you could do to repay me.
I'm sorry.
Good evening. What do you...
Are you the...
I'm only Crow to good... Which group do you belong?
Well, neither.
You and a dozen other ne'er-do-wells. I've had fellas go and ask Gros... Lord Borumlaka, I mean. He's been... You'll fit him better.
Oh, that'd be a waste of...
Oh, really?
I'm a blacksmith. That's useful, isn't it? You're bound...
Aye, we need that. God knows we do.
I know about herbs. If you have a sore throat...
That kind of thing always comes in handy. We don't need another.
I could spy for you.
That sounds pretty useful, true enough.
Oh, damn it, is that...
For you to... You're a bit...
I want to serve the king. Sigismund should take things in hand here and impose...
Interesting.
Only I'm not Please.
All right. You know what? I'll go and see...
Who the fuck are you?
My name's Henry, sir. And I want to enlist.
So you turn up and expect us to drop to our knees in awe? Crow, why did you let this fucker in?
I thought you might want to take a look at him. It's hard to believe when he never shuts up. but he said he's good at creeping about unnoticed.
Well, but we'll have to try you out.
Ah, you're not going on about that stupid child.
As many as it takes. So, this is your test. What do you say?
Well, that depends.
Christ, he'll fit right in. He hasn't lifted.
If he helps us get out of here...
Listen up, Ben. Some of our men have gone missing. They had a very important cargo they were supposed to take.
It seems they were last seen somewhere between Miskovitz and Rabstein.
Hang on, why would they go past Miskovitz? That's not on the way to Sedlets.
That's what I don't understand. But you can ask them if you find them.
Isn't it possible they simply got lost on the way?
That don't seem likely. We've only been in these parts a short while, true, but it's not complicated to get to Sedlets.
But the way doesn't go through Miskovitz. So what would they be doing there?
Something bad must have happened to them. But fuck knows what.
I don't give a shit what happened to them. They could have... There's a very important...
And what should I do when...
What do you think?
What, take down
Do you want to be a fucking soldier?
What if there's...
Nothing. If there's...
And
Well, Mishek.
And you're only telling me this now?
Mishek was brought back on a cart. He's been in the infirmary since...
All right, I think I...
So, what are you standing here?
Don't worry, sir.
Hergott, lad. Isn't he? You know what? Go and see Puta, the captain of the mercenaries. He'll go and requisition some supplies with him. Now go.
Excuse me?
I'm looking for the local Sawbones. They said I've never seen the likes of him.
So, in any case, you found your man. Musa of...
Sorry to say this, but...
Very busy?
Henry, sir.
Big?
No, that's...
I know what you meant. Have you never heard of Preston?
I think...
Tell me then. How the...
Well...
And, so please, stop...
Commander Katz sent me. I'm supposed to find...
Yes, Mishek. He's lying over there and will remain...
But I need to talk to...
Then, when he was brought here, he was mumbling about some... whack...
Isn't there anything we can do? What if we brew something with mint?
That is... One can make a decoction from Varelian and mint, but it must be very strong. Not...
Hold on. I have...
And is it a strong enough...
We'll see.
Very well, friend.
All right.
What's happening? Where am I?
Calm down, Mishek. How are you feeling?
Like I was kicked in the head by a horse. Wait. How do you know who I am?
No, we don't have time for introductions. I need to know what happened to you and the others you went to Sedlets with.
Oh.
What actually happened?
We were riding to Sedlets, me and 6 others. We were taking some gifts or something. A couple of crates with some valuable... Karel and Francex talked the others into nicking, so they jumped me.
So it was your friend?
I told them I wouldn't rat on them. But then Francex pounced on me and stuck a knife in my belly. But I managed to push. All I can remember is running so...
The document you...
I've no idea. Cats...
I need to know where the rest of the men who arrived...
I'm not sure. Listen, well, I don't feel well.
The brew is wearing off, most likely. No, you're not gonna die.
Rest.
One beer, Pete.
Greetings.
I'm supposed...
Finally! They sent me someone who isn't wet.
What's this about?
I need to requisition supplies for the camp from the locals. Grub for us.
Where do you want to...
We haven't been to Bohunjovitz in a while.
Who's coming?
Me, and they usually...
That's not much.
And that's why you... But don't worry, I already sent a couple of blokes ahead.
Wait,
They will, but fuck all good it'll do them. We'll chase them out of their houses.
And what if something...
That'll only happen if we take our eyes off them.
I don't need to hear...
I'm glad to hear it. Come back tomorrow. The sooner the better. We'll leave before noon, otherwise we don't...
You said you needed my...
I do. I haven't actually seen anyone.
What did you hear?
The other night, I was woken up by a man's voice.
Do you think someone's...
Judging by the mumbling, I bet you never know what a creep like him might notice.
Has anything else?
No,
A shoe?
that's just what's so strange. If both went missing, I just think someone stole them. But one? Yuck.
Did you understand?
Not a...
What did it sound like?
Hungarian. You can't...
When did all this...
About 2 days ago. I haven't slept a...
Let's hope it's nothing serious. But we...
What do you plan to...
Well, if he really did steal your shoe...
That's not a bad idea.
You've got the other shoe. You can't walk around with one shoe on anyway.
It's not Matt I'm worried about. Just sort things...
I could explain to him that
I suppose.
All right.
Thank you.
Here, Matt. Search. What is it, boy? Is this where the shoe thief lives? That's Catherine's. So this is where the Cuman who won't leave her alone lives. So it's you.
Me van?
What are you on about? Bathhouse. Das ba...
Again. Aha.
You and the bathhouse. Otherwise, bang.
Basszam meg, ember, nyugodj meg!
You look like you understand. See how easily we came...
Tűnés! Most azonnal!
I found the Cuman who was stalking you. He's called Chakan. I reckon you won't have any more trouble from him.
Oh, thank God. How did you convince him to stop?
I just told him a woman like you wouldn't...
And he understood. And what about...
Here they are.
Thank God for that. And Henry?
What?
Thank you. You're a good man. I owe you one.
This way's no good. I'll have to go around. Sit. Stay. A wagon in the Prague colours. This must be the missing soldiers. I reckon they won't be too pleased to see me. I have to find the painted chest with the charter, and then make myself scarce.
Huh? You fucker! Get him, lads!
No.
Christ, it's fucking butchery! My God! Fuck this shit!
Heal.
God! Quick!
Easy, good horse.
Excuse me.
You really won't have anything to drink?
You know it is.
I've come about that.
Have you got it?
Yes.
By Christ, Henry. And the soldiers who were taking it to...
Aye. But they weren't planning...
Horsons.
I took care of them. They got...
Well, well. You might look... That's your mission accomplished, then. You're one of us from now on, Henry. Here. Take our Loffin Rock and wear it with pride. And you know what? I think you should get paid right now. And a bit extra, even if I have to go without.
So we can move out from the camp at last?
First things first. He gets shit drunk. Musa, did you hear that? Henry here found us that stupid document.
And he dealt with the traitors. And what now?
The sooner the better. Don't tell me you'll...
It is just that you have not...
Really? All right, but tell me... You too, Henry.
As you command, sir. To the Praggers.
Long live... At last, I don't have...
Alcohol and gambling may have their uses. I mean, look at yourself.
You're no...
Every creature is beautiful and noble.
You've got a way with words, I'll give you that.
I simply...
But I...
Nah, why not?
That's the spirit.
Careful, friend.
I'm seriously curious about you, lad. I hope you don't throw like that again. These ones here. Like this. Aye, that'll do. That's enough for me. Well, you're not afraid of anything. My God.
Shit! How could I have lost? Glory to the victor. And now for a drink. And so St. George hops on his white steed, and he rides to the lake, where he sees a huge mountain with a cave at the bottom. Stench of sulfur, it's wafting from it. And so he shouts at the top of his lungs into the cave and says, "Come out, dragon! I challenge you to a fight!" And so, all of a sudden, the mountain moves, and massive dragon looks down at George and says, "Sir Knight, I accept your challenge, but why the fuck are you shouting up my arse?" I love that, sir. Up his arse.
Sir, you have to come with me quickly. The surgeon too.
Can't you see we're in the middle of serious debate?
No, please, come quickly, before it's too late.
What's going on?
This is Chatan. He leads the Cumans.
He has been stabbed. Tudo bem. Kitchen outdoors.
Who did it?
We will not get anything out of him in this state. We must get him to the infirmary before he bleeds to death.
Will someone please explain to me what the fuck is going on here?
They said they just found him like this.
These two, they were on guard in the tower, and out of the blue they heard a scream.
When his men find out about this, we'll be lucky to not end up in the same position as him.
We've got to move him quickly. He's in plain sight here.
Quick, before it's too late.
I'll help you with him. You two, go to the gate. Don't let anyone in. You got it? What are your orders, Lord of
What do you think? Catch the...
Well, that never would have occurred to me.
Don't make me mad. If your men had done their sentry duty properly, we could have spared...
I'll deal with Aldebert and Radovan, don't you worry.
All right. You search this place.
Right now? What good can you...
Do what I said and don't...
Fine. So, Henry, church hands at death's door. Musa is up to his elbows in his guts. I'd like to hear any...
Well, the most important thing is to keep this hushed up.
It's true. Doesn't take much to get that. We're gonna have to sort this out. Being a commander here, soldiering. You know what, soldier?
All right.
What do you fucking mean? Fucking drinking until...
And lo and behold, where might this trail of blood lead to? Yeah, Catherine was right. I'll never get such a massive cannon out of here. I have to get Katz to move it out of the camp somehow. Oh, there's powder all over the place. One spark and the whole store would be blown sky high. Are the soldiers really so lax? Or could there be more to it than that? Someone washed off some blood here. So this is where Chertan lives. That's one serious lock. There must be something important inside. Those Chertan money. Sakra. Right. I've searched the whole place.
Did you find anything?
I found out someone washed off blood in a tub. But you know what's even more? I found a document in Chertan's tent.
First of all, you can read. Second, and more importantly, and we certainly run until we find... Let's hope Chertan can tell us something.
Where the fuck have you been all this time? While you lot have been playing with cocks up there, Chertan croaked.
What? Musa couldn't save it?
That fucking sawboat, he took one of his pagan potions.
Can someone explain what the fuck happened here?
Chertan's dead. Not from his wounds. He was poisoned. Sir Grozav is right about that. But he could not be more...
How dare you...
Calm down, sir.
When Chertan was brought here, he was bleeding heavily. And his wound... Then I gave him some wine to prepare him for... But what was not usual was that he started...
What nonsense is that?
Someone must have poisoned the wine while I was not looking.
Oh, he was hiding under the table waiting for you to turn...
Where did you get the wine from?
As I said, I give it to wounded men to ease their pain, and it is not all that common in my country. But I follow the teachings of the great scholar Ibn Sina. I tried other alcohol as well, but drinking mead makes my patients worse. And if I give them beer, they almost always...
That's enough!
Wait, sir. I have no idea what happened here. Chertan was stabbed first, wasn't he? And Musa was with me in my tent when that happened.
So, he's in league
with one of the half-wits?
Are you sure you're not...
I beg your pardon.
Don't try that on me. I know...
I will happily take an oath. I may not be a...
There's no way Musa is to blame. Even if he wanted to kill Cherry...
The lad's right.
Might I say a word about this matter?
You can be glad you're not in irons.
Please, sir. Give me some time, and I will bring to you the real... We won't leave this place until we clear this up. You have my word.
So I'm supposed to let a murderer go and put up with you and...
But, sir...
Silence! Musa will remain under guard in his tent. He will not speak... And my advice to you two is to sit on your asses and twiddle your thumbs. If word gets out that Chertan's been done...
Where do you think you're going, Henry? And talk. What do you say to all this?
Well, sir, I may not understand what all this is about.
I'm glad we see... That's what I'd like to know. We have to find the real murderer as quickly as possible. But what do I know about that? I'm not the royal justiciar.
You really don't have any...
How could I?
But Grozov...
There's no way out but...
Me?
Who else? I need help. Someone I can trust. You have to get rid of the guard somehow.
Well, I know one of the bathhouse wenches.
That's not a bad idea. Off you go.
How much time do we have for this?
2 days at most, I'd say. Then Sig and Henry. Excuse me.
Get out of here, mutt.
You better call back that dog. Call off that dog, or I'll report you for being a public nuisance. Get out! That's what I thought.
There's something I need...
Oh, what a...
There's a guard posted outside Moose.
That I could use my... So you rid me of one pig.
I would...
All right, then. I'll try and lure him to the bathhouse. I hope he won't... Good day, soldier boy. What are you standing around here for?
I'm on guard.
My word. What are you guarding?
That's a secret.
Oh, good lord. You must be very important to get a task like that.
Sit. Stay.
This is child's play for me. You should see me in battle.
Ooh, I'm sure I'd be terrified.
You'd have nothing to fear, dearie. I'd protect you.
How gallant. Oh, you ought to be rewarded for that. Wouldn't you like me to give you a nice bath?
Well, I can't deny I've been standing here for quite a while. I stink like a pig's ass.
Oh, no. That's your manly fragrance. Oh, it's irresistible. Shall we go then?
All right. Well, it's not like that moose is going anywhere.
Henry? Now, to hell with Grozov. Katz believes you didn't do it. We have to...
I truly appreciate that. Tinge Sireye.
What?
It is a proverb from my country.
Well, we'll straighten them all out. Don't worry. What happened when you brought...
I already told you everything. Then I gave him some wine to drink. Soon after.
And what happened next?
Then the noble lord of Borumlak.
Did Chertan...
He tried to, but my Hungarian is not...
What about that wine?
Lord Grozov poured it away in anger before...
He poured it away? When it could have helped us?
Evidence that here in Bohemia you will drink. It smelt and looked the same, as always. Perhaps it was...
Where was the wine?
A bathhouse maid brought it to me along with my clean laundry. Catherine.
Catherine?
Absolutely. But I doubt that she was mixed up in this. Chertan was... The wine must have been...
All right. But what...
I have done some thinking. The best thing would be to investigate the poison. Every poison, if we discover what poison was used on Chertan, we...
Well, wouldn't it be enough to search the whole camp?
You would be surprised, my friend. What is more, you cannot just run around the camp searching.
How can we identify...
That is not hard. I examined the dead body. That is...
And could I help you? I may not be as learned as you.
Excellent, my friend. The first thing to do is to go to Chet. You must remember everything. In the infirmary, you'll find a chest. You can read.
Oi!
Excellent. The chest is locked. But...
You have a whole book just...
I bought it on my way here. In Moray. But please, do not mention it to anyone.
Right. Who do you think killed Chertan?
I have no idea. But what I do know is that we will not... Who do you think is the prime...
I heard Sir Grozov.
I have heard the same.
Well?
I think it must be someone from here. A stranger would have been noticed. What is more, most people are not allowed up to the powder, and I would bet that it was one of... And because it cannot be you, me, or Katz, someone should question them all. Me?
Well...
I am very grateful.
What if we forgot about finding them? You'd be long gone before...
Thank you for the offer. But, and even if I did get away by some...
Come here! Was it you who found...
Aye.
I need to ask you a couple...
I don't know nothing.
You really didn't see anything?
Are you deaf?
No, I believe you. But that only tells...
Well,
What's possible?
It's possible...
Oh, Christ.
No! We'd have noticed if anything happened there. But before...
What did you do when you...
It all happened so fast.
Crow?
Aye. He heard the racket and came to see what was going on. And I'll tell you, when he saw Chertan, if it wasn't for him, Chertan would have bled to death there.
How did you find...
We heard yelling, and there was Chertan, crawling in pool of the blood and babbling.
There were 2 of you on guard.
Him, the best in the whole camp. The things I'd never have dreamt. I'm sorry. You silly doggy.
Right, I've learned something about poisons. All right, Holy Mary, Mother of God. I can't see anything. I suppose the murderer surprised him and didn't give him a chance to... Coughed up some blood, all right.
Why would someone kill him in the most heavily guarded...
Several stab wounds in the belly. The murderer definitely knew what he was doing. Though that... Almost everything is covered in blood. I can't see anything ripped or... Whoever killed him... He looks horribly rigid. Nothing strange here except the stiffness and broken nail. And what's this here? Something that looks like warts. Completely rigid. Oh, Christ. I've heard it happens to the dead, but that much? That'll have to do. He had spasms. He shot himself. Warts or leaves as red as a poppy. I mustn't forget anything. I read that book of yours.
What do you mean?
The potion is called Kiss of Death.
This name means nothing to me. I suppose, but if you think the symptom, are you sure it was that poison?
Absolutely certain. The murder...
All right. Now, we can only hope that the murderer...
You said that the suspects are Grozav, Crow...
Wait a moment.
Of course.
First, you should know that I am grateful for... But I cannot stop thinking about how brilliantly you dealt with Mishek. Why would... I do not suspect you of Chertan's murder, of course. Do not worry. It is all strange. People have just been sitting around for months.
Well, that's a good thing, isn't it?
Tell me the truth. Who are you?
I've no idea what you're talking about.
Even if I tell you?
No. I'm just carrying out...
If you say so. But...
I think I'll just go and search the tents.
Good luck. I am depending on you.
He's the camp commander, but it looks like a pauper lives here. I reckon Grozav's fallen on hard times.
Good doggy. Good boy.
Grozav doesn't strike me as a keen reader. How could anyone drink all this? That's valerian, I believe. It helps relieve pain, but it's also used to make Dollmaker potion. But Chertan was poisoned with Kiss of Death. Or was he?
Good to see you.
Beautiful, but empty. No poison. I wouldn't mind a piece of that. For pain, exhaustion, fever, all healing remedies. There's nothing here. Moose is definitely not to blame. The water smells of flowers of some kind. Like roses? Nails? Is Crow planning on building a cottage instead of a tent? But they're covered in some kind of dirt. Oak. And dry as a bone. Hold on. Nails, rosewater, oak bark. They're all used to brew Kiss of Death. Just a broom. Ugh, stinks of vomit. No, I doubt that pair of drunks could have killed Chertan even if they wanted to. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Humble respect.
Right.
My word, you're brisk. In the meantime...
Well then, gentlemen. I understood from your letter roughly what happened, and I trust we can settle the matter quickly and quietly. But before we get started, I have to say you've disappointed me, Sir Grosov. King Sigismund placed his trust in you, but you don't seem to be up to the task.
That's not true. I took a few tattered tents and turned them into a proper military camp. Everything here is as it should be.
Only your soldiers seem to die from time to time, eh?
There are always problems.
Sir,
I was waiting for you to tell me. Why should I believe the word of a low...
Because I can prove everything. I tasked Henry here, one of my best soldiers, to find out what...
Him? Tell me, lad, why is Musa innocent, in your opinion?
Well, that's simple, sir. Musa was with me and Commander Katz at the time when Chertan was stabbed.
That doesn't prove anything.
Do you think I stabbed him? From afar?
Musa of Mali will...
Katz and the boy were drunk. Musa could easily have disappeared for a while. Nobody would have noticed him in the dark anyway.
I find that hard to believe. But if it wasn't...
Chertan was killed by the camp commander, Grozav of Boromlaka.
What?
You scum! How dare you!
Silence!
You aren't going to let this peasant insult me, are you, sir? You should cut him down to size.
That can wait. First, I want to know how he came up with this insolent claim. And start at the beginning.
Sir Grozav was most likely trying to steal black powder. It's very valuable, and often gets stolen, I've heard. But Chertan caught him in the act. There was a fight, and that's how it ended.
Me? Stealing? What impudence!
What do you base this on?
There was powder scattered all over the storeroom floor. Chertan disturbed Sir Grozav, then he spilt the powder.
I've had enough of this. Another word and I'll have your tongue cut out.
But Sir Grozav, why are you getting so worked up over this...
Me?
See then? What happened next? You carried Chertan to the infirmary? Isn't that right, Sir Mu...
Yes, sir. There,
It seems someone poisoned...
Grozav went to the infirmary a little before me and Katz. He could easily have had...
What say you, Sir Musa?
It cannot be ruled out.
Well, Sir Grozav, what actually happened?
Why are you all still listening to that dung grubber? Where would I get hold of poison?
You brewed it up yourself. I found lots of valerian in your tent, which is used to make dollmaker potion. And that's exactly what was used to kill Chertan, sir.
That's enough. You'll die, you liar.
Silence! I've heard more than enough.
Me?
The king will not stand for wrongdoing among...
But I did...
Don't make this...
Keep away from me!
Calm now, sir.
Shut up, you worm! Go to hell!
Well, Sir Stibor, one problem is cleared up, and another one takes its place.
I wouldn't say that. We've rid the king of one idiot. It's just a pity Chertan had to die because of it. And I apologize to you, Sir Musa, for the unpleasant...
My head will remain on my shoulders. That is the main thing.
What will happen to the camp now?
That is not your concern. I will personally take command. You just get rid of the corpse and clear out the royal tent for me.
With pleasure. We won't be staying long anyway, will we, Henry?
As you command. Have I got time to stop by the baths?
All right, but hurry. I don't intend to...
Not this again.
Say about the greatest evil of all. The one called woman. They look like angels on the outside.
All right. Don't worry.
It's happening. The Praggers are leaving for Sedlets.
At last.
Tell Zizka everything.
I will. But be careful.
out! If thine tongue offend, cut it out. Return to God. Pray and beg him.
Jay.
Same to you.
By the way, should I prepare the infirmary?
All right, I'm ready.
The son of the deserters. But really, I can't imagine how I'm going to explain.
Well, maybe it won't be so.
Well, let's away.
So the devil jumps him from behind a tree. But Pa, who's already got his blood up, just grabs him by the horns, wrestles him to the ground, and then starts giving the devil such a hiding. The fur is flying off. Wait, fellas. After Pa was done with it, the devil. So he said, what the
Try me! We'll kick your ass. You! It stinks.
There.
What's the matter?
Oh, it just doesn't seem right.
Not people, trust me. By the way, who's that fella over there?
He's called Crow. But I've no idea why he fought against his own people.
So go and fucking ask him, would you? Now that he knows about... And another thing, Brabant has already brought up his promised reinforcements.
What are they like?
Well...
Don't
make it... Damn it, lads!
What the hell's going on?
I should be asking you that.
That's none of your business.
And my business should be no concern of...
So far?
About Chertan.
Was it you who did it?
An unfortunate accident.
So that banger...
Look, normally I'd be happy to... So thank...
I want to go...
Hop onto the...
Seems like we poked a hornet's nest with that ambush, eh?
We did. And that means the Devil's Den won't be safe much longer.
Another reason not to stick around there and attack Malashov.
Well, we're in luck. Ada's just returned from a scouting mission, and he says von Burkov's at the castle.
And what about Brabant's men? You were saying you don't like the look of them.
I just don't trust them somehow. But I'll admit that...
We'll see how they fare.
Indeed we will. Get ready, and then...
I'm at your service, sir. Good doggy.
Good boy.
There's nothing to eat here.
Good morning. What is